Guys, man, I'm so happy to be making this video because I think you guys will help me with this. I've been feeling a little underwhelmed recently with regards to the situation as a whole with Undisputed. As you guys know, it's the main game that I cover on this channel, and I need some guidance for sure. I think hearing out from many of you guys will rectify a lot of things, because you guys probably know already, this game has been a crazy one, a crazy journey. We're still going, you know, it's been over a year and it's kind of like being stuck in the same situation as it is when it first started. You know, I've dealt with all the backlash and obviously of the other content creators as well, and it's not been an easy job. But it's like I'm trying to be optimistic at the same time, but where do we go from here? You know what I mean? Where do we actually go from here? And it's a tough one, and I just thought, let me just speak about it, you know, because it's good to offload most of the time, especially when you don't really have much on the outside, because I take these things seriously. I wouldn't be making these videos just to make videos. I take these things seriously. You know, one of the best things that will happen in my life is going full time, doing what I love to do. You know, even though I got other things on the side, this will be an incredible, you know, achievement, which I know there's a lot of things to already celebrate, but enough of that. We're going to dive into this video and just to express myself a little. I'm not saying like I'm going anywhere at all. It's nothing to do with that. It's just more of an expression and a bit of guidance from you guys. So let's delve into it. You guys are probably sitting there thinking, you know, explain the thumbnail, and I'm going to explain. It was more to do with I cannot seem to defend this game anymore. It's hard to defend this game, really hard. And I'm not saying, you know, what people were saying and what they still say to this day about the game, that is not true. Of course it is true. Many people are entitled to many things. They say a lot of things that we all can relate to. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. However, you know, I'm not going to be one of them content creators that sit there and belittle the game. You know, it's just not my cup of tea. And even if they did, they have rights to. But I'm not that type. And I've just sat down there, you know, earlier on, having a little overview and speaking about it, you know, with my partner and stuff. And I was just like, I don't know what's going to happen in terms of the future of just boxing as a whole. You know, as Undisputed, I really do love Undisputed at times. It's a love and hate relationship with the game, but I love it overall. However, you know, in terms of competitiveness, it's like it didn't turn out for what it was supposed to be, which is such a shame. And I'm more referring to the recent update. I know I did a video on the recent update. I've praised the DLC. The DLCs, in my opinion, is what is currently saving the game right now. And I know that sounds crazy because everybody would say, you know, the game needs fixing and whatnot. But I'm always just getting excited for new fighters, regardless of how the game's, you know, played. And the thing is, a lot of people totally hate this game, like completely hate it. As I said, I am not against nobody's opinions at all. However, there's a lot needs to be done within the game. However, I still enjoy it at times. I still enjoy playing other fighters, you know, high ranking fighters on this game, you know, offline as well sometimes. And the game can look beautiful at times. It has a lot of potential. But you know, that's what I'm making this video, because it's hard to defend this game. I feel like every time I make videos, I'm kind of like feeling some type of way in case somebody, and I know you guys will probably sit there like, oh, you shouldn't care and this and that, but it's hard to cover a game that many don't like. You know, imagine the opposite. I'd be excited to keep making videos, and that's not the case. You know, many talk about, you know, the game's trash, and guys, I know you're gonna say, you know what, Marv, you shouldn't really be paying attention to that. I have to, because you guys are following me, and at times I don't know people's intentions. I don't know if they're following me because they actually love the game, which I highly doubt, or to just keep bashing the game. You know, and I'm not going to sit here and act like negative comments don't affect, and I'm not saying directly towards me, it's more or less the game. So it's like, am I wasting my energy covering this game? You know, this is where I need the guidance. I need the guidance from you guys. It's really important to rectify these things. You know, I'm not going to sit here and act like everything's all good, because I don't want to be doing it for views. I think a channel like myself, I do get decent views, but you know, I care what people think. That's the main thing, you know, in my opinion. I've tried different things out. I'm still in the current process of doing it, but I've just not sat down there and said, you know what, I want this as my main niche. You know, I don't want to be bringing too much things, being sporadic, you know, where you guys are seeing this, seeing that, covering different games. I don't think a channel should work like that. I think I should bring what the audience actually wants. And I know I've come from an undisputed background, and I'm happy with that. I've met a lot of yous in the community. It's been a fantastic journey so far in terms of that, meeting new people and whatnot. But it's just about the optimism. It's really tough, guys. I really do need some guidance. I'm asking you guys for some guidance. You know, where do we go from here? You know, and shouts out to all the content creators that still create this game. Even the ones that still, like, all these content creators, they get a lot of backlash. And I'm telling you this now, I've always stated this, that if the content creators didn't speak up, this game wouldn't have changed. Period. It wouldn't have changed at all. So you've got to give them credit where it's due. And at the end of the day, right, they don't have the exact right to be like, all right, let's change that. Let's change that. People have agreed with it. You know, the devs, Undisputed themselves, have not just seen one person, two people have said one thing. They've had many, what was it? They had surveys, and obviously a lot of people have been saying the same thing. And what's happened is they've done things that people have not asked for, which has damaged the game and the reputation itself. So that's what I believe that's happened. You know, they've tried, and I feel like at times they get overwhelmed with the amount of fixes they need to do with this game. And even in my last video, I did mention that I don't think that they should, you know, put any updates within this game no more. They must look forward, and I don't know what they got installed. I've been hearing a lot of rumors about Undisputed 2, but we will see. We will see what's going to happen. I just know that it's going to be a strange ride for me to go into the next year still covering Undisputed. There's no way that I can do that. So something has to come up. And I know there's speculations about another boxing game. Like, it's not even just boxing that I'm just into. It's just with boxing, we all know the love for boxing, especially if you've grown up boxing. You know, I've boxed for many years. I'm currently inactive right now, but, you know, still train really hard on the side. And yeah, I'm here for the love of the sport. But honestly, guys, I'm not trying to waste your time. As I said, I'm just here for a bit of guidance, man. Honestly, it's really been a good but of a struggle with this game. And sometimes I sit there and think, you know, what other video should I make next? Like, it's really good to keep dishing out content, but I miss them videos where I can teach people how to fight with this so-and-so person, so that person and whatnot. But you can't do that. It's not really effective, is it? Because of the state of the game. Unless you make videos about offline, and nobody's really interested in offline. And no discredit, like story mode and stuff, career mode, to be precise. You know, I'm a competitive person. So moving onwards, I am looking forward to Crown Season 2. I think that's more or less the only excitement that I have current, which is crazy. And I'm not really looking forward to anything else like that, to be optimistic. I can't say the next DLCs because we don't know who the next fighters are. And this DLC that was previously released, it was a pretty much decent DLC, but the update, you know, the connection issues have been wild. I think this is what's more pushed me towards making this video as well. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's gonna happen. You know, we will probably ask for another hot fix. I just don't feel like it's gonna rectify anything. These fixes are just, you know, I don't know guys. I don't know what's gonna happen. And it's more just the optimism, but hope you guys hear me out, man. It's a really important, you know, video, and I feel like it's good from time to time to express yourself with regards to the situation. Because guys, I've been willing to put out more content on this game, but it's really hard. It's really hard, man. But just want to say I appreciate you all, man. I really do. You know, all the love, support that you guys show me. You guys are amazing. Very. And I will be still giving out the DLC winners. I do apologize, as it was supposed to be on Friday, but I've had a toothache, which I still currently have one, and it's been a crazy one. So yeah, enough of me. Peace, Big Marv.